Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the return of NJPW Puroresu Review. I am your co-host, Andre C. Right over here, it's the Bling Princess herself. It's Melball. How you doing, Melball?
I am doing great, Andre. I was having like a bit of a weird day. I was just like not feeling it. And then I got a package and I was happy. I was made happy. I got this cute little bling. Probably can't see it very well from there. It says Melball. Says
Bling Ball.
Melball.
You are the Bling Ball now.
And the bling ball. This will make a lot of noise if I pull this out, but we have our first merch, sort of. Kind of. Maybe.
It is not. It is
Anyway.
only available in person. Just for anybody watching. It is only right now.
Uh-huh.
It is only available in person. Just so you're aware.
It is, yes. You have to come and sweet talk a Melball. Tell her sweet nothings. We got pins. Andre Melball Wrestling Talk pins. Yay. Anywho,
Yay!
Andre, how are you doing today?
Doing pretty good. This as we record this, it is Sunday night. This is my third show of the day. I was on the Sunday morning show on OLE as I normally do. Point of View, hanging out with the boys, hanging out with Mark and Bobby, just talking sports, talking wrestling, talking NFL. And then I filmed something with Mark Talks Wrestling that will come out on Christmas Day. That I hope all y'all will go over to Mark Talks Wrestling on his YouTube page and check that out on Christmas Day. You are going to love it, ladies and gentlemen. It is very trivial.
Ooh. Interesting. Well, we'll have to wait and see what that is. What else? You said there was three things. You said point of view. You did that.
And then
Now we're
this,
here. Oh yeah, okay. So this is the third thing. Okay. Yay.
Melball's
Trifecta.
number 3. Melball's number 3.
Boy.
Boy.
Oh, wrong show.
We'll be talking about. We'll have a couple episodes of Stardom Review coming out later in this week and possibly into next week because we do have a very busy schedule over this next week. But yeah, we will be having the quarterfinals and semifinals of the tag league coming out in a couple days, and we're going to have the finals coming out probably at the end of the week because I won't be able to record that until probably the weekend.
Yeah. Our Friday, Saturday is a little congested.
Plus, I have Wednesday. Plus, our Wednesday and Thursday. My Wednesday is congested. Plus, our Thursday is recording the Japanese wrestling update for Friday's release. So we're busy this week.
Yeah. Crazy cupcakes. We're busy, busy, busy. I also have a show coming out next week where I'm gonna be filming on Fridays. Just lots of craziness.
There's so much stuff coming out these days. Coming out. And we have our new show coming up in the new year with Did You Know that will be coming
Did you know
up.
what? Did you know we're having a show?
Yeah, it's covering
Oh, that's gonna be an old person joke on our channel for a while, isn't it?
Yeah, we're gonna be covering the big shows from Pro Wrestling Noah too. As you've noticed, we have gone over to a point of with NJPW Puroresu Review with the Goddess of Stardom Tag League. We're just covering the big events now. We're not doing every single show. That is more just to keep our lives sane. So we do apologize for not having as much as we were in the first year or so. We just have a lot to do.
We watch a lot, yeah. Well, then you're also watching all the stuff that you need to for Marvel Talk. I've got the stuff I need to watch for Women's Classic Wrestling. And I have Ladies Wrestling Showcase with Astrid. You have Point of View. We got a lot going on.
But you will
wrestling to watch.
But you will still get the big events from us. Do not worry. We're going to keep you all up to date on the pro wrestling landscape as it is. If what leads out of today happens, we are going to have to cover at least one of the days of the road to Tokyo Dome just to cover at least one match that's probably happening during that tour.
I'm not adverse to that. Let's do it.
Yeah, we'll be talking a bunch of stuff. So we have more coming to you. Lots of coming out for the rest of the month. We'll have Stardom. We have Dream Queendom at the end of the month. We have so much coming over the next couple months. So get ready for it all. And I want to thank each and every one of y'all for giving us all the support you have given us. If you are listening on A Plus Productions, thank you so very much. And if you're not and you want to hear us in audio form, aplusproductions.com. Go to the A Plus Wrestling feed, hit that RSS feed, the RSS, add it to your podcast catcher of choice, and you can hang out with us over there. You can also join the Facebook page. You get up to date, chatting with all the hosts over at A Plus, just all the fun stuff over there. Lots of great stuff coming out. They have the mixtapes out, the Survivor Series and War Games mixtapes that just dropped. I know there's more mixtapes coming. Some Japanese themed mixtapes coming, so we'll come check that out. And if you are watching on Andre Melball Wrestling Talk or Backbreaker Video, thank you so very much for joining us here on the YouTubes. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below, because we love talking to you. I know we've been a little sus on getting back to people lately, but I will be going through the comments in the next few days and just mass replying to everybody I can. Also, don't forget to share us out to your friends, family, and just the wonderful human beings that have cute little dogs. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can be alerted every time we drop a new video.
Ding dong. Oh, Koji.
Kojima.
Started running around over there. What are you running from? What are you running from? Love. It's fair. It's fair. Let's get into it. It was a good show.
Let's talk. Well, we're gonna have to. I got a little bit of news we should talk about before we get into the World Tag League itself. We're just get like little filler stuff, things that have happened that are very important to this show. The first thing, not as much, but we're gonna talk about it anyways. David Finlay challenging AEW's Brody King for Wrestle Dynasty on January 5th. Over with Gedo holding a phone up while David Finlay talked through it.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
That was a genius way to challenge a person. Like, just the utter disrespect of it only being on through the phone on a video was perfection. I would give all manner to David Finlay for that.
Whose heel work and character development has been better this year than David Finlay's, right?
Yeah.
Look at this guy. He's becoming the pinnacle of asshole, but everyone loves him for it. It's phenomenal.
So this match being announced means Brody King ain't winning the C2. That's for dang sure, because he's already got a match, because the finals of the C2 are at the Wrestle Dynasty. So obviously he's not going to win C2 if he's facing David Finlay on the show.
Man, they have really been like failing and flopping with this continuity stuff, haven't they?
Oh, very much so.
Like, look at what they did with FWC.
Oh yeah, just
Like, what the frick? Momo Watanabe. Like, they're just. Who's writing this shit? Tony Khan? Come on now.
Probably. At this point,
guys.
probably. So, into some negative news, we did find out that Mr. Hanare has hurt his knee, and the Great Khan has announced that they have relinquished the IWGP Tag Titles, so they are now vacant. And their match with the Young Bucks for Wrestle Dynasty is off, which makes Melball happy.
I mean, let's be honest, this is temporary.
Oh yeah. So
they're not going to cancel that match. They're just going to redub it. They're just gonna take out the Great Khan and Hanare and insert whoever. Hiromu.
We'll chat about that. We'll chat about World Tag League. So we no longer have tag champs going into Wrestle Kingdom, and we will talk about what that means going forward. But setting up the finals of the World Tag League A block, we did have Gabe Kidd and SANADA beating Bishamon in the final match of the night. It came all down to these two teams. Winner moves on. And the War Dogs, the brand new team of SANADA and Gabe Kidd, Mad Handsome, have moved on to the finals of the World Tag League.
Mm-hmm. I I mean, I knew these two were going to be a problem in this tournament. I didn't know how far they were going to go. But to dethrone Bishamon, like, I think at this point, though, wasn't Bishamon already kind of eliminated
No,
from
it
the.
was down to Bishamon and War Dogs both
Oh,
8 points.
right. You explained that on
Yeah.
Friday.
Yes.
Well, I mean, all's well that ends well. Better than
Yeah.
Bishamon.
Bishamon being denied their four-peat, going to go after their four-peat of the World Tag League. Yes, they have won the World Tag League 3 times, and that makes me sad.
Yeah.
But I can't say they're my worst tag team of the year. That's for sure. There's worse.
Oh, hell no. Yeah, there's worser.
Mm.
There's much worser. But yeah, no, I'm just, for me, it's just Bishamon has been around for so long and they've done so well for so long that it's hard for them to do anything new with
Mm-hmm.
what it is that they have right now. It's unfortunate, but eventually they just hit their stride and they did a win ago.
Yeah. So we move on to the B block side, and yes, we did have Mr. Tetsuya Naito and Mr. Hiromu Takahashi winning the B block, but it was very interesting because they had a forfeit win due to Hanare being out, and then Toriano and Bolton Oleg, who beat them in the tournament, proceeded to get a win and get to 10 points, effectively eliminating LIJ by
Mhm.
tie. But then Mr. El Presidente couldn't get the job done because he just comes up short every time, and he loses. Him and Jackdo lose to House of Torture, which they have the tiebreaker over Bolton and Yano. But and they're also at 10 points. So we have 3 teams at 10 points. But Naito and Hiromu have the tiebreaker over House of Torture. So we have a 3-way tiebreaker situation. Nobody has 2 wins over 2 of the teams. So they set up a 3-way tornado rules match. And it was pure chaos, House of Torture trying every bit of shenanigans. But in the end, they got handcuffed to each other on the outside, kept out of the match, and Naito hit his tornado inside cradle to get the win for his team to send them to the finals.
Mhm. Chaos, glorious chaos. Gotta love it
Mm-hmm.
though.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So that brings us to December 8th, World Tag League Final. As we record this on December 8th, at least here in Canada, maybe not in Japan.
Mm,
It's the 9th in Japan now, but it's the 8th in Canada. It's probably the fastest turnaround I think we've ever done for a show.
Absolutely, yeah.
Weird.
100%, yeah.
So we kicked it off with a singles match. Yes, a singles match. I said that really weird, and I don't know why. It is Tiger Mask versus Daiki Nagai. Nagai, I
Look,
thought
first of all, look at his face. He looks like an anime character.
he makes me. It feels like he's trying to do a Robert De Niro impression.
I don't know, but like seeing his face in the match also, he's got a face where he could be a really like devious heel or like a handsome face.
Well, don't do the second one because we see what SANADA did with it, and it didn't work.
Oh yeah,
So
no, it's a no-go. Yeah, no.
so be the
I
devious
mean,
heel. Devious
yeah,
heel.
maybe. Yeah. Sure, why not? Take it into it.
I don't have much. Nagai looking really strong in this match. A lot of shows a
Mhm.
lot of fire here. It's got some solid chops and a very nice drop kick. End of the Tiger Mask stops the attack of Nagai at one point, pulling a straight armbar, but Nagai gets the ropes. Tiger Mask hits a couple spin kicks, hits that bridging Tiger suplex, and he gets the win.
Mm. I also didn't have a whole lot to this, except for what I mentioned about the unique kind of facial features that the guy has. Very, like it makes his selling very different also. And he does kind of have that starting of the Ibushi kind of oversell. If you notice, he's got some very animated um, facial expressions. I actually really enjoy it though. I felt that these two had a really, really good match, and a Tiger Mask was kicking very, very hard. Very, very naughty, not nice, and kitty in this.
So we move on to the second match of the show, and it is a tag team match. It is Katsuya Murashima and Shoma Kato taking on TMDK's Mikey Nicholls and Shane Haste. And the referees, or not the referees, the announcers are talking in this about how TMDK are mad because they're not in the finals. Well, yeah, obviously, because the former tag champs, they should be there. And I got plenty of things to talk about these tag titles with. We'll talk about that at the end of this after we talk about the finals. But man, I love Haste hoodie. That Team DK hoodie is really nice. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Anybody that wants to send it to me. I don't have a place for you to send it, but I am not giving out my home address. So maybe I'll give
It's
out
not
mailbox.
like it would make it anyway. Our postal service is on strike.
Maybe I can get it sent to Melball. Maybe I'll give out Melball's address to send things to.
No,
Just
absolutely not.
just message me on Twitter or Instagram, and I'll send you Melball's address to send us stuff.
No, gross. No, I've already
Uh,
had people follow me home from venues. I don't need that. Gross.
he's booting Kato in the face with this big drop kick early in the match. Just up, boom, just crushes his face. And then he gets him on the ground. He's like stomping him while playing the air drums. It was so good.
Yeah, I enjoy that. I love how like he really leans into the hysterical part of his little name. I also like how like a lot of like wrestlers are starting to do that in Japan right now. Have you noticed that with TMDK and Bullet Club especially? United Empire also with Jeff Cobb because he was the Hatchet for a while. Now he's the Imperial Unit. I like these little names: Hysterical Shane Haste, Mad Mikey Nicholls. Um,
The front man,
what's
Zack Sabre Jr.
the, the front man, the
The
young
grip,
punk.
the grip.
That just sounds like a sexual reference.
Might
Um,
be.
Bullet Club also Drilla Maloney, 44 caliber, 100 proof, Clark Connors. Like I like that. I like how people do that. It kind of sets them apart instead of just being Shane Haste. It's hysterical Shane Haste. It creates something fun. Anyway, continue.
Yeah. It's funny how we have two mad people in this company, and Gabe Kidd and Mikey Nicholls are both mad. But no, Gabe
And
Kidd,
like in different degrees.
he's war ready though. He's war ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is actually
And isn't he Madman? Madman Gabe Kidd?
madman. He is the madman, and he's war ready. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Murashima trying to lift Nicholls. He can't, but then eventually get him up and hits a very nice running power slam. He's got a nice. That power slam is very nice. TMDK though take over on Murashima. They hit that back suplex neckbreaker combo for 2. Haste does eventually hit an inverted exploder, followed by the shaming wizard to Murashima for the win.
I love that they do that. They have those like little silly names for their things. Uh, did you hear when oh no, it was later in the show. I'll tell you the comment later in the show. There was another good one that was commentary gold from I think it was Chris Charlton. Anyway, Chris Charlton, have you noticed whenever he's with Walker Stewart, he kind of gets the same confidence on commentary that he does when he's sitting with someone like Hanare or like Alex Zane? Like, you know how before when he was sitting with Kevin Kelly, he could mouse quite a bit. He didn't really want to talk and he wasn't very passionate or excitable. But with Walker Stewart, you can hear him just get so angsty and so passionate and so into it. You'll hear him swear every once in a while.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
think
like I love it.
that's partly because I think you're also Chris Charlton, who is coming into the game, replacing like a Don Callis, replacing Mr. Wrestling, the dude from before Don Callis. Uh, he was former ECW champion. But they were coming in after those guys, and having to take to take that place as the color guy in that situation is big shoes. Like, I know you're not a big fan of Don, but those are very big shoes for Chris Charlton to fill, coming into being the new color guy in that team, especially with a legend like Kevin Kelly, and
Mhm.
now
Yes,
being
I put Kevin Kelly more with NJPW than Don Callis. He was briefly there.
he was there
It's
for
like
about
if
a
you have
year.
to mention him, you might as well mention Alex Kozlov as well. We'd rather not.
Okay, but thing like Callis was there for about 2 to 3 years. Mm, But
So,
I'm just saying he was the main color guy for a long time beside Kevin Kelly, and then Chris took that had to take over. But now Chris is the more experienced guy in his booth, so I think that gives, especially
mhm.
Walker, it gives him that confidence to be as as expressive and big as he is now.
Well, also, I mean, you can see it with me. I am 5'3". I have zero survival skills. When I'm alone, I'm a lot quieter. When I'm with the horde, I'm a freaking dog barking at the fence. So,
Yep, yep,
like,
yep, 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 yep.
yeah, I am the Chihuahua sitting there going "Bear, bear, 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 bear."
You're Koji. You're the human
Pretty
Koji.
much with a diamond encrusted collar. But like when you get around people that you feel more comfortable with and also safer with, you're gonna bark a little bit more. So could also be the case.
Yeah, Walker is a big boy. Like, he could hold himself in a fight with some of these guys, I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Um.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. I really did enjoy this tag match. I do wish
Mm.
TMDK was in the finals, but
Yeah, when I saw this match announced, I remember I sent you the match card, and I was like, I mean, the rest of the match card looks really good, but how these guys go from being IWGP World Champions, double champions, holding the tag champions at the same time, to just facing the Young Lions in the second match of a bigger show. I don't find that very fair. What did they
no,
do? So
not at all.
sorry. I
They re-
apologize on behalf of TMDK for whoever they wronged. Please let them start winning again.
do not Kenta them, please.
Yeah, stop Kenting them. I'm trying to walk away from that because I want Kenta to win the stuff that he is dealing with going forward. Okay?
Yeah, me too. Me too. So we move on to another tag team match. It is the Natural Classics. Stevie Filip and Tome Filip of the Bullet Club Rogue Army taking on Bishamon, Hiroki Goto, and YOSHI-HASHI.
Is it Tome or Tome? I
Sorry,
heard
Tome,
Tome on
Tome,
comment.
Tome. Sorry, I apologize. I see Tome. I think Tome, but it's Tome. I apologize. It's right. It is
Right,
Tome.
I thought the same thing because I was like, that just kind of seems a little weird to say Tome, but no, that's what I heard on commentary.
Yeah, the Natural Classics attack for the bell. We get the war drums from Bishamon.
Hate that move so much.
At one point, uh, Stevie Yoshi-Hashi's down in the ring, and Stevie does like that Eddie Guerrero sense on the Tope Atomico.
Mhm, mhm.
When it goes up and then he bounces his shins off the top rope and then flips, landing on Yoshi-Hashi. I'm like, that was really cool. I
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, these two have very much impressed me in this World Tag League.
Mhm,
So
mhm,
yeah. Um
mhm.
Goto stopping the strikes of Tome, hits a beautiful Ushika-Roshi. Um, there's a great spot where Tome actually gets Yoshi-Hashi into an air raid crash, and Stevie comes off the top with a beautiful shooting star press, but Yoshi-Hashi kicking out at 2.9. The end of this match comes. Yoshi-Hashi Rana's out of a powerbomb double team move they were doing, sending
Mm.
I think it was Stevie into Tome. And then Bishamon double team start double teaming Stevie. They throw Tome out of the ring, and Shoto is hit to Stevie for the win.
Mm-hmm. I don't have a whole lot of notes on the moves. My note that I have is that Bishop didn't need this win. I'm a little disappointed that they got it. I felt that the Filip brothers did a really, really good job in the tag league. I felt that it would have been a nice little nudge, little rub for them to kind of head out with one final win kind of under their belts, especially because they put so much effort into this. Like they really impressed me also this World Tag League and especially like it was interesting to know that they're Bullet Club, but they don't really like they give Bullet Club vibes. They do the heel stuff just like Bullet Club, but they really do rely on their natural talent as opposed to the shenanigans like regular Bullet Club people typically do. So yeah, I actually was it was like a nice kind of welcome to the show kind of thing. Yeah.
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 Yeah, again, I enjoyed the match. I just really wish the Natural Classics would have won this, but
Same. I felt they would have benefited from the win a little bit more.
me too. So we move on 6-man tag action. We've got United Empire's Great Khan, Jeff Cobb, and Jacob Austin Young, otherwise known as Jay, for the rest of this match. Taking on just three guys, DOUKI, Taichi, and Taka Michinoku, because there's only three of them right now. But I know you're still a family member for now. Both Great Khan and Jeff Cobb's partners ended up injured in this tag league. So and Kyle Newman is out with I don't know what injury. I didn't really see what his injury is, but yeah, he's out with an.
I
So
don't recall hearing either. I just kind of assumed because he's such a fast mover that it would. I assumed it would be a knee injury.
yeah, could be. So the start of this match with Taka and Cobb was probably my favorite part of this match because Taka trying to run into Cobb multiple times, not working. So he gets a sweet shit music. He tries more shoulder blocks. Um, it's so good. Cobb does get knocked down, but he pops right back up because Taka took out his knees. But he gets Taka down. He starts stepping on him, then steps back over him, then steps back over him again, and then finally hits his standing moonsault. And then
So
Khan gets in.
mean.
Then Khan gets in and he gets Taka in the corner and sits on his head. It's just so.
Yeah.
Um, I found out that you remember we were talking about saying United Empire needed another junior.
Hmm?
Remember you were saying that on Friday on Japanese?
Yeah, yeah. Do they have one and we just didn't know?
Yeah, Jacob Austin Young is only 180 pounds.
Oh,
He's just built solid. Yeah.
I was gonna say another Drilla though,
Well,
right?
not in the fact that he's not going to betray them.
Well, hopefully not.
But yeah.
But
So
like Drilla's the same, right? He doesn't look like he's a junior,
barely a
but
junior.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he's barely a junior. Okay, good, cool, good to know.
But yeah, he's a junior, and again, there was the face off with him and DOUKI in this match, which made me think, and I went and looked him up, and his weight is like under 200 pounds, which is usually
Ooh,
the area for juniors. So I was like,
yeah.
oh, okay,
Mm, okay, yeah, because he got the Doki Choki on him. It's a Doki Choki, Andre.
yeah. So Jacob Austin Young has this move where it looks like he's going for the snapmare driver that Eli Drake or LA Knight does, but it's called the perfect circle, where it's a complete front flip over, slamming them in, like they do a front flip with it. I was like, that's pretty goddamn.
Oh, okay, oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
like LA Knight has that snapmare driver driving the face into the ground, and then Jacob Austin Young does it, but he has a complete flip with it called the perfect circle. I was like, that was cool.
Yeah, see,
Mhm.
I don't watch the WWE, so I don't.
They fought
I
the
don't
end
know.
of this match.
The only thing I know about LA Knight is
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we get to the end of this match. DOUKI catches Jacob Austin Young with a gory special drop. Then he backslides him through. It gets the DOUKI chokey. While Taichi gets a dragon sleeper on Khan, and Taka has a just crossface on Jeff Cobb. And Jacob Austin Young is forced to submit.
Fun little picture that was at the end. Just everybody tied up in submissions.
And then post match, did you see all the lines at the jump in the ring to rip Taichi off of Khan?
Yeah.
And then him
Well,
picking up the KOPW title and challenging him too.
I mean, Taichi's kind of had a bad year, hasn't he?
Not a great year, no.
No, he's so over with the crowd. And like I'm a big fan personally. I can't speak for you. I'm a big fan of Taichi when he comes out. I love the pants. But lately he hasn't been getting to a point in the match where he removes them. He's removing them after the matches, much like in this one. Um so yeah, he's kind of had a rough year, losing SANADA, kind of having a slow year with SANADA. It just
Not getting in the
it's been
G1.
not getting in the G1, losing the KOPW title, earlier to the Great Okan, wasn't it? No, it was
I
Yuya Uemura. I don't remember. It was a long
I
time ago in a galaxy far away. Um,
yeah, there
but
were so
yeah,
many people in that this year.
yeah, it was a crazy cupcakes kind of year. Um, it was interesting to see the aggression coming out of Taichi. I wonder what this means for just four guys. Hopefully soon, just five guys. I don't know. I'm also curious to see what this means for United Empire. The leader hasn't been around in a little bit, so kind of been doing his thing, grinding here in North America, which I appreciate. But I'd like to see him back with his buddies, getting stuff kind of figured out for Wrestle Kingdom. So that's coming up here. That's less than a month away now. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze.
No, so Taichi hasn't even had the belt this year. He was the final champion last year, and then Taiji Ishimori won it at New Year's Dash, and then
Right.
on the second night of Wrestle Kingdom, whatever it was. Then Great Khan won it from him. Then Yuri Mura won it, and then Khan got it back. So yeah,
Right.
right.
Poison, the poison for Cusco. The poison chosen specifically to kill Cusco. Cusco's poison.
But at some point, it looks like on this road to Tokyo Dome, we are going to get Taichi versus the Great Okan for the KOPW Championship because this will determine who is the official champion for 2024. Taichi wants a two-peat. That's what Taichi wants. He wants a two-peat.
Let's get it. Get
Yep.
it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, girl. Get it, girl. Drop it to the floor. Shake it, shake some more. Don't shake it. Don't shake it.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know what to do there.
Almost getting a little hyper.
Let's move on. It is a six-person tag match. It is Bullet Club's Chase Owens, Gedo, and Kenta versus Los Ingobernables upon BUSHI, Shingo Takagi, and Yorasuji. Dude, it's clean this time.
It is. It is. Not
Oh,
so much over in Bullet Club for you, though.
so Bullet Club jumping LIJ before they can do their three-way fisting.
It's what happens when you steal Dean Richter's shit.
Yeah, that's right. Um, even though LIJ's been fisting longer than Dean Richter. Technically they have because LI, Los Ingobernables, was fisting before LIJ was fisting. So,
Oh, I love this for us.
uh, Kenta taking Suji in the crowd, beating him up. Is it Owens is stomping the lower abdomen section of Bushi on the floor? Uh, yes, the lower abdomen section. Uh,
Fucker.
Takagi's beating up on Owens, but Owens gets a C trigger out of nowhere, dropping Takagi. Gets and he tags Kenta Inu, gets 3 pins of a 2 count, and then gets a T, or as I wrote, the DTT.
Hey, whatever works.
The end of this match still comes. We get the Bushi rocket to Owens on the floor, and Tsuji hits the stomp to Gedo in the ring for the win.
I mean, as if we didn't see that coming. Usually when Gedo gets into the ring, he's usually the one taking the pin. It was still nice to see Kenta back in the ring. Been missing him. Chase doing really, really well this year too. Very, very it's been interesting to see how well the Bullet Club factions are kind of doing in their own little way. Because even House of Torture, like, we hate to admit it, but like the shenanigans are gaining them opportunity and benefits.
Yep.
So like they're doing well. Look at the War Dogs. You got the global champion, the NJPW strong champion. You got potentially the future IWGP World Junior champions, tag team champions. Yeah, like it just Bullet Club is doing really, really well this year. They're not doing like they're not loud as they were in the past, but they're doing very, very well. I'm impressed. I really liked Bushi's gear in this, the metallic kind of, I think it was a flag print. I really couldn't tell. And he was moving around a lot, so I couldn't get a really close eye on it. But I really did like the metallicness of it because it had some gold accenting on it. Looked really, really sharp. But yeah, this was like a fun little match. Just kind of like a in the middle of the show kind of match for me.
I really liked actually Chase Owens' red and black gear. I thought it looked really sharp on him. I think it looked really good, and then like the strap look around the leg looked really good. I really liked the way
Oh
it
yeah,
looked.
for the gun holster.
Yeah, I really did like
Yeah.
Owens' gear in here. He's
Mhm.
always had nice gear to me. Like it doesn't
Oh yeah,
matter. He's always had nice gear.
he always looks like a professional.
And also, Gato get new shoes.
Gedo get new shoes. How do you guys let him walk out there looking that ridiculous? He looks like a freaking penguin. Nude.
I feel like they are new shoes, but just new versions of the same shoes.
So I start calling Gedo Pingu.
Pingu. We move on. 10-man tag match. It is the never openweight 6-man tag champs, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Bolton Oleg, and Toriano teaming up with Jackdo and Tomoaki Hanma to take on House of Torture's Evil, Renarita Sho, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, and Yujiro Takahashi with the little dick Togo. So, in reverse of usual,
Took a surprising amount of notes for this.
Tanahashi and his squad attack House Torture during their entrance. And fighting on the outside. Tanahashi is taking it to Evil, running into the posts and the barricades. Tana's like gets the match started with but he's pushing the ref away. Like he's not having this shit tonight. House Torture do strip up Tana, and they all start beating up on Tanahashi, working him over for a while. Narita gets the knee bar. House Torture wishbone Tana. Kanemaru gets the figure 4. Hanma does hit a Kokeshi to break it up, but he gets taken out. Sho comes in raking the eyes, but Tana catches the dragon screw to tag out. This is where Bolton gets in, running over pretty much everybody in House Torture. He hits the Bolton shake to Kanemaru. He tries to Bolton shake Sho, but Sho gets out, and he goes for his spear, but just bounces off of Bolton with that spear. Oh my God, that was so good. And then he just picks him up and Bolton shake and tosses him. So you got
It was so good.
So according to Chris, he got 10 total shakes between the two men. And then he does hit a
Did you
flying body.
notice the difference, by the way?
Oh,
Just the fundamental difference with Kanemaru versus Sho.
Yep.
Kanemaru pretty much goes into a fetal position. He like grabs his knees and he is a ball and he's just yeet, 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 yeet. It's very easy for Bolton to move him. And then there's Sho. who's like a fracking ragdoll just all over the goddamn face.
And his facials when he's doing just like,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
oh my god,
Yeah,
it's so good.
Ibushi level over animation facial expressions, yes.
Yeah, he does, and then Bolton hits a flying body sausage for 2. They try to suplex Bolton, but Bolton double suplexes Evil and Show, and then Tana gets tagged back into this match. So I don't
Did you see
know.
how he asked for the tag too?
He's over the ropes going.
Everybody's asking for tags, and he hits Yano's hand out of the way. Like, no. He hits everyone's hands down. He's like, tag me, tag me. And I'm sitting there going, you are the last person who should be in this.
But he's the person we
That's the
wanted in the end, trust me. Because Tana
yes.
comes in, Sling Blades Evil. He starts stomping him in the corner. The ref tries to pull him off. He shoves the ref away. He keeps stomping him.
Mhm.
Tana goes for a Stinger Splash, but hits the ref. This is where House of Torture will attack him. The steel chairs are brought in by House of Torture. Togo's using the garage, but Tana fights him off and gets a chair and just starts unloading on House of Torture, and then just starts unloading on Evil, just repeatedly, just bang, 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 bang. And the ref comes around and he sees this and he throws, and it's a DQ win for House of Torture over Team Tanahashi. But he just keeps going. The Lions come in, pulling him off, and he gets away from them, grabs another chair that's given to him by one of his teammates, and just keeps.
Yano slid the chair in for him.
Yeah, and he just keeps going on Evil, just wailing on him. He ends up chasing all of them away. The Lions are holding him, like he chases them to the floor. The Lions are then holding him back on the floor. Like Tana gets in the ring. He starts saying some very bad words that Chris Charlton would not translate. I haven't learned that much Japanese yet, so I don't know what he said. And I don't think Duolingo is going to teach me that kind of stuff. And he does
Just
say,
message Dr. Kyoto. Maybe he'll tell you.
yeah. And then Tana is like is really pissed, saying that Evil keeps telling him to retire. He's like, well, you want me to retire? And he says, beat me at Wrestle Kingdom and I will retire. But he said it will be in a lumberjack match.
Which is going to be hilarious because, anybody outside of House of Torture, including his own Bullet Club brethren, are probably going to want to get their hands on Evil and kick the shit out of him. So it's like, he's hooped either way,
Pretty much.
man.
Pretty much.
All right, what did I have on this? Okay, the first thing I wanted to say is that, holy shit, Kanemaru. He is jacked as fuck. Still, like, he came back jacked in that junior take league. But, like, bruh, this guy's jacked. Absolutely jacked. There was one point, though, where I was super confused. I was getting a little annoyed with it because Kanemaru, Narita, and Sho all wear the same fracking shit to the ring. So they all wear black pants, they all wear black boots, and they all wear black t-shirts with the sleeves cut off. At one point, I actually thought the Kanemaru was Ren Narita. I felt that Sho was also Ren Narita. I thought that Ren Narita was Sho. And at one point, I thought Ren Narita was Mao. So I just get some different gear. Like, even if it's just like a whiskey bottle on the side of Kanemaru's leg, like, just give me a sign, please. Seamstress, anything. Just give me something. Because it was really starting to get under my skin. This was also where I started to notice Charlton was getting very angry on commentary. This was where he started calling people bastards and yelling at them. It was very funny because the irony was that he wasn't repeating whatever Tanahashi was saying. So he was already saying it on commentary, may as well say it.
Yep.
Um yeah, when Bolt first came in and started unloading those shoulder blocks on Show, he inside outed Show with that first shoulder block. That's crazy. Like, it's one thing to like take the cell and bump really good, But like to take something when Sho's already so short, like he's pretty small, low to the ground. So Bolton's only is pretty tall in comparison. But to be able to flip at that size for the inside out on just a shoulder block, I thought that was pretty fracking cool. Love the Dragons group by Tana. Um, we mentioned the folds with the shaking. The kip up by Bolton Oleg at the end of those Bolton shakes is always fun because then he does the yeet. What is it? Just a suplex or a body slam or whatever. When he's done with the Bolton shakes, is that what it is? Just a toss.
It's he just yeets him over his head, like
Yeah.
just like he's got him in so it's like just a release.
Well, he kind of went with them because then he did the kip up right after.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's still pretty cool because like it's got to be exhausting doing the yeet thing and then having to toss another human being. Like you're holding that whole person for that
Yeah.
whole time, and then you can still manage the energy to kip back up. That's pretty cool. Tana, yeah, very aggressive, especially against evil. I really like the story, the ironic story of good versus evil in this one. Pun intended. Um, it was just a really fun match. There was actually one point in time where I actually forgot Yujiro was even in this match. Um, yeah, I felt also Yano did the right thing in sliding Tana the chair and trying to tell everyone to just let them go and let him fight him. And I
Mhm.
mean, really, Tana is doing God's work in this moment because we have been begging for someone to kick the ever living shit out of evil for a couple of years now. He was really doing what all of us fans have been wanting to do
Mhm.
for a while. So
And,
thank you, Tana.
and I love comedy going, what are they gonna do? Fire him? He's the boss. Like,
I was gonna say he is the authority.
yeah, I love that little spot there. So yeah.
Hmm.
We move on. Semi-main event of the show. It is a six-person tag. It is the Funky Sauce, the Sauce Alex Zane, and the Wasabi Ryusuke Taguchi teaming up with Shota Umino to take on TMDK's Kosei Fujita, Ryohei Oiwa. Sorry, the Japanese young punk Kosei Fujita, the Grip Ryohei Oiwa, and the front man Zack Sabre Jr. Shota carrying a toy version of the IWGP World Championship. He looks like Mark whenever Mark appears on screen holding his little toy world title on Point of View on Sundays.
Aww,
Come on, dude.
what
At
a
least
compliment.
you're gonna carry a replica. Carry a proper metal good replica, bro. Come on.
I don't know. I think it
Mel's
was a
got
really funny story.
you got a replica off Etsy, didn't you? For like a couple $100, didn't you, when you bought yours?
Yeah, but I also have some foamy ones. I
Yeah,
have
but I'm
more
saying,
foamy ones than I have replicas.
but if you're gonna appear on TV with a title, don't come in with a foam one. Come in with a proper replica, not a foam belt. Like, come on.
Yeah, but we've seen that before. Look how that reacted. Look how people reacted to that.
I know, but yeah. I just think you look dumb. So
Maybe
Umino
that's the
did,
point.
yeah. So yeah, when Umino and Hanma faced off against Saber and Oiwa in the tag league, Umino did pin Zack Sabre Jr. in that match. So earning some momentum moving into Wrestle Kingdom
Hmm.
here. And Sabre and Umino, great transition sequences early, like both like reversing out of each other's stuff. Umino trying to give Sabre the foot. Sabre grabs it, then just throws it down. Um, yeah. The Gooch eventually gets in there with Oiwa, and he does get crotched at one point, and then he gets dropped on the top rope and crotched, and then just swung around some more. Sabre gets tagged in and starts Euro uppercutting the posterior region of Ryusuke Taguchi.
Yeah.
I
It's
love,
just
Kosei Fujita ends up chopping Gooch in the posterior region when he's going for the funky weapon, but then he comes back with Gooch does come back with a rolling funky weapon to the shoulder
Mhm,
of Kosei Fujita. And then Zayne comes
mhm.
in, hits a cinnamon twist. He then hits a somersault leg drop. He hits the flip. He gets Fujita up top. He gets the flip up into the Rana off the top. Then he hits him
Yep,
with the
yep.
blast, like just doing everything. Um,
Yes.
yeah.
You got a year in the semi-main at the World Tag League.
Yeah, so Umino and Sabre back in. They're chopping each other. Umino gets a fisherman bridge. Sabre then comes back with a standing guillotine, but Umino reverses that into a suplex. And then Umino and Oiwa are in together. They're trading shots. Oiwa hits an exploder, corner funky weapon by Gooch at one point. But he gets tagged in. We get a Rana into the funky weapon by Zayne and
Did you hear what it was called?
no.
Oh my!
I know what the
I
other team
I
name is.
hope I'm gonna hope that I heard it wrong, because I nearly died laughing when I heard this. I I swear I heard Chris Charlton say they call this one "Eat Ass."
Uh, I could honestly believe that because Zane is always eating and Gooch is the ass, so eat ass. It makes sense. Okay, and then they both line up in the corner and they hit the sandwich move, the bum eye Zane.
Yeah.
I love these two together. I didn't think I would, but I love these two together. It is so
They
perfect.
work so well together.
Yeah, Umino ends up spiking Sabre with a tornado DDT, taking him out. Gooch gets the ankle lock on Oiwa, but Oiwa fights out, hits a hard lariat. He then hits an atomic drop, gets the sleeper on, then releases it to hit the grip, which is that spinning lariat, and he pins Taguchi for the win. You then have Umino and Sabre on the outside after the match, getting in each other's faces.
Mhm.
Like I as much as I'm not a fan of Umino, they're selling me more and more on this match.
Hey,
So,
that's their jobs, right? They don't gotta
mhm,
sell you on them right now, but and it's gonna be hard to, because Umino is still very much emulating a lot of other people. He's still kind of sifting through the swamp of trying to figure out who he is. But we see him navigating away from the Moxley influence, mercifully. We see him navigating away from the Naito influence as well. We just got to get him away from that Tanahashi influence that he's clearly still very much projecting, but we're almost there. And I'm excited to see him set up for this match. I don't think he's going to win, but I feel it's going to be the thing that pushes him over the edge, that makes him reinvent the Shota Umino persona within NJPW next year.
it's very possible. And then he also does have to contend with Claudio Castagnoli the next night, Moxie's emissary. So this could really be maybe that's where he divorces himself from the Death Rider and just
Mm-hmm.
maybe comes out with a new
100%.
finisher. Maybe he comes up with a new
I would love
finisher
it.
against Claudio. So maybe he steals somebody else's finisher. Maybe he takes the Busaiku knee from Brian Danielson,
He'll figure it out.
or he just flat out,
I'm beginning to trust the process with this one.
or he steals CM Punk's GTS, which was stolen from Kenta.
I'm sure that would go over well with Kenta.
Which technically the Busaiku knee was also stolen from Kenta too by Brian Danielson.
Look at you guys just stealing from Kenta. Now we're stealing opportunity in NJPW. What the fuck?
And then the coup de grace was stolen from Kenta by Finn Balor too.
Yeah, and he made it worse.
Oh man, it's just
Any hoozles. Let's get to the main, because I'm excited for the show.
main event of this
Ah!
show.
Oh,
It is the World Tag League final. They should have just put the tag titles on the line here. They should have just
I
made it
agree.
for all the marbles. We have
I agree.
LIJ's Hiromu Takahashi and Tetsuya Naito versus the Bullet Club War Dogs, the mad team of Mad Handsome. They are Gabe Kidd and SANADA. Kid is not enthused with Naito taking so much time to take off the clothes. You can just see him going like
No,
he's
he's
just
sitting there rolling his eyes, and then he's flexing on him. You see him? He's just sitting there like, "Nyeh, nyeh, nyeh." I was like, go on with your bad self.
the start with Hiromu and Kid running into each other and delirious Hiromu just drops or trading chops and Kid is obviously the winner in this. Like
Yeah. Yeah. You don't go to a chop battle with Gabe Kidd. That's just strongly advised against. He is one of the stronger guys with that. He's trained in the UK strong style and the Japanese strong style. He has a very bare knuckle kind of vibe about him. This guy busted open Leo Rush's face with his fist.
mm-hmm.
Like, he's mean. Continue.
Yeah. So they end up on the outside. Hiromu's running around, hits a running crossbody to Kid on the floor, then keeps running around the ring and hits one to SANADA. That just so good. They end up
Made
brawling.
it all the way. It was great.
They end up brawling in the crowd. Once they get back, Kid sets up a table at ringside. He powerbombs Naito through it, and he goes
Mhm.
back inside and he does the fist up and does the open eye too to mock Naito. And Hiromu
Yeah.
is the other legal man at this point, and Hiromu does eventually get back in at 19.
Mhm.
Um, the commentary do talk about how Kid and SANADA had a really bad start to this tournament, and then Kid cutting that promo relating to losing Coughlin earlier this year to
Mhm.
retirement, and then losing Lee to injury. And he said no, he is not losing anymore. And him and SANADA went on a winning streak for the rest of that tournament to get themselves to the finals. So again, I love the story they were telling there, just like talking,
Mhm.
just the talking about Coughlin there and everything, just showing
Mhm.
its frustration. I really like that. Um,
Mhm.
Later in the match, Naito and Kid are trading hard slaps. Naito gets the tornado roll up for two. More slaps. Everybody comes in hitting big moves to each other. Naito gets the assist
Mhm.
tornado DDT on Kid. Just great stuff. He follows with Destino. 1, 2. SANADA yanks the ref out. I was like, thank God. Hiromu hits a crossbody to SANADA on the floor. Kid reverses the Destino into a tombstone pile driver. Both men are down. It was great. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, SANADA and Hiromu eventually are both in, and they're trading reversals. SANADA gets skull end and then lays back into it, torques the neck, but as Hiromu's about to pass out, he lets go, goes up for the rounding body press, but Hiromu gets the knees up. He eventually does
Did
hit
he
him.
not learn?
No, he
Like,
didn't.
my guy. Do
And
you? It
there was
didn't work as a face. Why is it going to work as a heel? You do. Come on now. That was stupid. As soon as he did that, I was like, "You stupid. You stupid. You deserve to lose. You stupid."
Yeah. So a little towards the end of this match, Kid misses with a chair shot. Naito hits a low blow to Kid. This is after low blows were happening to Hiromu by SANADA. LIJ double
Yeah,
team
did you see that one?
the
He
pop up
pretty
into
much inserted his foot so far up his ass, I'm pretty sure it came out of his mouth and said, "Hurrah!"
like he popped Hiromu up, turned around, and then mule kicked backwards up
Yeah,
into Hiromu's nether regions, and I felt so bad for the guy.
everything. He inserted that boot into his soul through his rectum. It was horrible.
I hope Hiromu's already had kids because I don't think he can have them now. Um, Yeah, kids missing with a chair. They double team LJ double teams SANADA after Naito low blowed Kid. We get a Hiromu shot and bomber. Hiromu hits SANADA with time bomb too, but he can only get two.
Mhm.
Kid comes in, slams Hiromu after this hard shot. And then he hits a moonsault off the top. SANADA goes up, hits the rounding body press, but Hiromu kicks out of the ref's hand was about a millimeter or two above the mat when Hiromu kicked. the closest pinfall I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. I thought he was done at that point. I thought he'd
Me
actually
too.
hit it.
Me too. So Kid goes for a pile driver, but hits a pile driver on Hiromu. Naito stops the deadfall. Destiny hits Destino, then to Kid, but SANADA takes out Naito with a Shining Wizard. SANADA goes for a deadfall, but is reversed into a roll. But SANADA comes out hitting a Shining Wizard. Just everybody's going off with their finishers. He goes for deadfall on Hiromu, but Hiromu reverses into a Hiromu roll and picks up the win in, was it 27 minutes and 12 seconds. This match was awesome.
Right? And I messaged you when I was watching it. It was like right in the middle of it. And I was like, this is incredible. The storytelling in this match is just so good. There was a story of animosity between SANADA and his former members of LIJ. There's the animosity between Gabe Kidd and Hiromu. And Naito independently, you know. Gabe Kidd has wanted to kind of assert himself as the top dog in this company, no pun intended. And you know, who better to go through than Tetsuya Naito and Hiromu? Um, so what did you okay, I'm gonna pull my notes closer here. Try to go through what it is that you got versus what I got. Um, I know Koji, he's snoring, bored of our chitty chat already. Okay, so um, there was one point where at the beginning here where Tetsuya Naito and Hiromu were kind of working together and doing that foot spot, you know, where they put the feet up in the corner. And Hiromu had both of his feet up there, and he's just kind of like he's very unsteady, obviously, on the ropes because he's holding on to the top rope and he's got his feet kind of balanced on the middle rope. I don't know what was being said, but you could see Red Shoes just beaking off at him in the corner, like, "What are you-" and Hiromu's just like, no, 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 shush, shush, go away. It was an amusing little spot to me. I
That
really need
was.
to learn Japanese so that I can understand the banter of what's going on there. Because Hiromu especially enunciates so well when he's screaming in the ring, whatever it is that he's saying. He wants everybody in the nosebleeds to hear what he's saying. Um, Crossbody you mentioned, the outside you mentioned, Kid through the table. Okay, yeah, Kid power bombing Naito through the table kind of like it stressed me out a little bit. Uh, Just
Yep.
I saw the table go up and I was like, all I was thinking was Eddie Kingston, Eddie Kingston, Eddie Kingston, Eddie Kingston. But then I remembered something very important and a very fundamental difference between the Strong brand and the New Japan brand. There just seems to be a hell of a lot more room between the ring apron and the first barricade in Japan than there is in the US. So when I'm coming to terms with the idea that when I see this, in Japan, I can be less worried. I need to be more worried when I see it in the US. But then
Well,
general, it
and it wasn't also it was also what like the way Kid did it in the States is he came from the ring, off of the ring through the table, and so they had a lot of extra length from the ring, where this was the other way
he was
through the
already on the
table.
apron, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they're on they went from the apron to suplex through the table. That's what.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
just safer environment in general.
Oh,
We're
100%.
gonna say.
Or just do what the Super
Um
Juniors do and just take away the barricades.
We've had this discussion about barricades, yes.
He's great. I love him.
He's a very nice person. Um, I mean, no, he's not. He's a heel. He's working with Steve Wild. We don't like the barricade.
I'm gonna wear my barricade shirt next show.
I'm gonna break the thingy on you. Um, Sonata, very, very irritatingly chill in this, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. He was that irritatingly chill heel bad guy who just didn't give a shit. Where he's like, it was the perfect, like, cool to Gabe Kid's not cool. When I say not cool, he's very cool. He's unhinged. He's feral. So it was like the perfect yin and yang kind of team when they were able to kind of work it out together. Um, there was something that Gabe Kid did that I thought was really fracking cool, to the point where I actually messaged several people and be like, "You should try this because this is freaking cool." He ran into the corner on, I believe it was Naito. I didn't write down who it was, but I'm guessing it's Naito because the next note was about Naito. He ran in, fed a clothesline. Is that what it is? Clothesline in the corner? Or is it a
Sure.
lariat?
Same thing.
Lariat sounds cool. Okay, so he fed him a lariat in the corner, and then he did a back roll, but he did it just effortlessly over his head and then pushed up with his fists to come into a standing position from that back roll, ran back in with another lariat, and when Naito kind of staggered out, grabbed him and fed him a suplex. Just how crisp and how good that sequence was. It was so simple because it's just a lariat and a suplex and a back roll. But like when you take into consideration, not everyone's comfortable doing a back roll like that, and not everyone's physically capable of pushing out of it into a standing position, it just makes it a lot more cool. It's his little touch of flair, and I loved it. Um, Naito versus Kid is money. Anytime those two get into the ring together, they do amazing things, and I am just glued to whatever it is that they're doing. They're so good. Naito hit one of the most perfect destinos I have ever seen him do in a very long time on Gabe Kid. I don't know what it is about Gabe Kid's strength or ability, because there's a certain amount of umphing that needs to happen with that. It just flowed. There at no point in time was a slowdown or a hiccup. It was just an effortless roll into the Destino. It was so perfect. I absolutely loved it. That was when SANADA pulled Red Shoes out. The crowd lit the hell up when SANADA pulled Red Shoes out that first time. Oh my God, the boos. And for that, a brief second in time, I don't know if you caught it, Andre, there was a swell of happiness on SANADA's face.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to perpetually be a heel. He needs the crowd's support, and he just doesn't have that charisma as a face. He needs to be a heel if he wants to be successful. It's going to be what feeds him in the way that he needs to put on matches like this. Um, Kid reversing that one Destino into that tombstone was mental, and the pop that he got out of the crowd at that point also, again, so freaking mental. It's been crazy, the character development that Gabe has been on this year, because he, for lack of a better explanation, he's been a fucking prick. He has been absolutely raging all over everybody, and the Japanese crowd loves it. They are so over for Gabe Kid. It is so funny to see him sitting there flipping off the crowd, and the crowd's just sitting there going, "Yay! He sees us." It's
It,
so funny, but I love it,
it's Tama Tonga all over again. Like Tama, when he was
right?
his crazy ass heel character in New Japan, the
A
crowd
good
loved
bad guy.
him for it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, and he's not even making a joke out of it like Tama did. He's just being a dick. But it works so well for him, and the crowd loves it. He is so over. It was so interesting to hear the dynamic shift depending on if Naito or if Gabe Kidd was kind of taking over in that match. It's really cool to see anyway. Sonata not learning to never release that skull end once you got it in. My guy, come on. Don't be stupid. I also wrote down, don't release that for the moonsault. Moonsaults are so early 20 or 2000s. Don't do that. Except for Gay Kids springboard one off the bottom rope. That was really sudden and cool. That one I liked. Stop releasing big, good submissions to do your little whoop for nothing. Um, so, okay, gonna quickly get to the end here. Kid biting not Naito, Hiromu's head to break up the one move. I was like, dude,
Yep.
don't you
Very
put
good.
it in your mouth. Don't you put it in your mouth. But good way to break
But
it up
but
because
but Hiromu's so colorful. You want to put him in your mouth. He's so
he's
colorful.
not candy.
He looks like
Look at the
candy.
way he acts. He's not candy. He is drugs.
He looks like candy.
I know, but he's not candy because drugs also look like candy.
So
You
put it in your
take the
mouth.
drugs and the drugs will work. You do not want the Hiromu drug.
I do.
Um, yeah. So, what are we saying? Where was I here? Okay, Kid coming in and biting Hiromu, and then taking out Naito. Chopping with Kid, and then the random bottom rope looms. Oh yeah. So that was the moonsault that I was just mentioning with Gabe Kid. The chop battles between Hiromu and Kid in this were just mental. It's so loud, so clap happy. These guys have amazing chops. And Kid was going for the slappy ones this one. He can go for those thudders if he wants to. I think he was aiming to light up Hiromu a little bit in this one.
Hmm.
Um, there's one point when this match was kind of winding down. I noticed Naito's eye was looking a little fucked. His left eye there was very, very bloodshot. Very, very not. It looked a little bad. Um, yeah, Sonata taking the pin on this one. What a fall from grace this man has had. He went from being quite importante as a like not maybe not even a secondary member at that point, but like a member of LIJ. He at least kind of seemed to have some standing. But like even when he had the IWGP World Championship after he had left and formed just three, just five, whatever the fizzity yucking number is now,
Just
or was
guys.
all of them. But whenever he joined the guys, it did work. It was like he was perpetually jumping off the trampoline trying to make the slam dunk, and he was missing the net every single time. And it's perpetuating. Like they were the Cinderella story in this World Tag League where they had that crap beginning and then they ended up having a really, really great end. But like again, it was Sonata taking the fall on this and kind of hooping things up. And then he didn't even have, the grace to stick around and make sure that Kid could get out of there because he left Kid.
Yeah,
Kid just
the jackass just walks to the back, leaving Kid at ringside.
right.
I'm like, what is wrong with you? Get your partner, you jerk.
Well, I mean, and that goes to say, we have been seeing that the War Dogs are a very well-oiled machine this year. David Finlay, Gabe Kidd, Drilla Maloney, Clark Connors, Jake Lee when he was around. These guys, and Gedo, all of them are very, very effective at what it is that they do. They know their job, they do it, and they do it well. Sonata. Sonata's kind of the odd one out. And like officially, like I consider Gato more of a manager than a worker, even though he does wrestle. We just talked about it, wrestling. The Sonata is technically, I would say, the first full Japanese member of the Bullet Club War Dogs, isn't he? So like, oh no, besides Jake Lee, sorry. But
Jake Lee's not Japanese either, though. That's the thing.
right. Well,
He's
shit.
Korean. I gotta look it up.
Yeah, you're gonna have to look it
He's
up. I
not.
don't want to say
He's
the
not.
wrong
He's
one.
not full Japan. He's not full Japanese. He is Zanichi Korean.
Okay. I don't know what that means. Go on with
Uh,
your bad self.
uh,
Um,
are ethnic Koreans who immigrated to Japan before. Okay, so he is born in he is born
he's
in
born in
Hokkaido,
Japan,
but to
but he's
Korean
Korean
parents.
descent. Okay,
To
cool, cool. Okay, yeah.
Korean
So,
descent. Yeah,
so I am right, sort of, kind of,
yeah, kind of.
sort of.
He is
Yeah.
Japanese, but he is
Anyway,
also
he's
Zanichi
yeah.
Korean.
So anyway, with the absence of Jake Lee, Sanada is besides Gato the only full Japanese member of War Dogs. I wonder what the implications will be for this, because I'm sure Dave Finlay is not going to be mad, or not going to be mad. He's going to be pissed. He's not going to be happy about this. And I bet you Gabe Kidd, he probably threw around a few things in that backstage area
Yeah.
after this, because I know I would.
So post match, Naito gets the mic saying he's going to take the speech for a bit. He's talking about Hiromu and their friendship and everything, and then he decides to challenge Hiromu for Wrestle Kingdom on January 4th. And Hiromu says thanks him for teaching him pro wrestling and tells him everyone to enjoy pro wrestling. And he accepts the match for January 4th. So, just like the Super Junior Tag League, the World Tag League means nothing this year.
Flips table. Yeah. It's like, why, guys? Come on now. This was not your best year for creating something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, what do we do? Let's say let's try again next year and not do this, please.
Yeah.
Because that being said, I know you're mad about it because I also feel like my time was wasted also. But I am excited to see the four-way for the IWGP
Me
Junior
too.
World
I
Tag
am.
League
I am.
or Tag Championships. But it does suck that that entire tournament, as a result of that, ends up meaning nothing. And then we're not even gonna see, it sounds like, a world tag, like a tag IWGP World Tag Team match at Wrestle Kingdom, which sucks, but also it sucks because we're getting this instead. But I also know these two are going to put on a great match, especially right now with Hiromu's drive and desire to be taken, I think, seriously as a heavyweight. So do we think that this year in this match could be the match that Hiromu needs to officially be a heavyweight?
Yes. I truly believe that if Hanare had not gotten hurt, that Gabe Kidd and SANADA were going to win this World Tag League to challenge them on the 4th. I gotta believe that. And with the injury, they decided to pivot and go with this and waste my time and just like again. I feel like, and again, it's not that I'm not excited for the four way. I think that four way at the junior four way is going to be amazing. It harks back to my early days of watching Wrestle Kingdoms when I first started watching. We had those four ways. I'm just perturbed here because at least I got a tag title match out of that World Tag League. At least I got a four way out of it, and the winners are in it. I get nothing out of this tournament. There's nothing resulting unless they announce that it's going to be Hiromu and Naito versus the Bucks for the tag titles on the 5th. Because maybe I have a feeling that at the end of these two's match, the Young Bucks walk out into the Tokyo Dome and make the challenge to the winners of the tag league to put for the vacant belts on the 5th. I feel like that's where we're going. So
Yeah, I unfortunately probably agree with you on that. That's probably where it's going to go. Because
but
they're not going to not be there. You know that
but
they're not going to make a show on Wrestle Kingdom if they're there, especially if they're there the next day. They're going to have to.
100% there. 100% there. But wrinkle in time, wrinkle in all of it. Remember how you were talking about his left eye?
Mm-hmm.
Tetsuya has made an announcement through Tokyo Sports that he will be having his 4th eye surgery ahead of this
Damn it.
of Wrestle Kingdom.
God
Naito
damn it.
will be having surgery on his left eye because the doctor said the max surgeries he could have on his right eye were 3. So here's the comment. People often talk about my knee, but my eye is more serious. When I look at the ground, I see two different grounds. One flat and one slanted. Because I am running with such vision, my feet are dazed, my opponents look like two people, and depending on the location, it is difficult to get a sense of direction. I really hope this man is not driving cars. Or sorry,
I have seen him driving vehicles in Hiromu's vehicles on YouTube.
Okay, sorry, not sense of direction, sense of distance, which scares me even more if you can't see distance properly. It was very stressful because I could not concentrate 100% on the game alone. You see, the doctor said he couldn't have more than 3 surgeries on his right eye, and getting the procedure on his left eye was risky, so he put it off. He will have the surgery on December 18th. He said that he is nervous, but wants to take a chance at potentially being able to recover. Are we going to see Eye Patch Naito at Wrestle Kingdom?
I hope so. Oh, man. Well,
so, yeah.
Shit. Well.
We'll see what
Okay,
happens.
well. Damn me for looking at details, huh?
Yeah, I love that you brought up his eye. I'm like, oh my god, did she see the article already? And it's giving me a great segue for this. But
I
no.
did not. I did not. No. No. Yay me, helping you out here.
Yeah, that was perfect. Allowed me perfectly to go into that story. Thank you so very much.
It's what we do. It's what we do here at Andre Melball's Wrestling Talk.
But we have come to the end of the episode to talking about the World Tag League. We will be back at some point before the end of the year with NJPW Puroresu, or actually we'll be back in like a week with our Strong Style Evolved coverage that was happening on Sunday, December 15th. So we will be back with the coverage of that show in a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I sent you something on Instagram about that. I tagged you in something.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go look at that.
This is who you think is going to win.
Okay, and then we'll be back at the towards the end of the month for our to cover whichever show that Taichi and Gedo go do their the final KOPW title match to see who becomes the 2024 champion, and then we will be back in a few days here on the network with some Stardom review. We will be back at the start of January with some Stardom review. We have our new show, Did You Know coming out. That gotta give all credit to Melball for Did You Know. And then we'll be having the Dream Review Marigold will be coming back with their big show in January. We'll be covering that show, their January 3rd show. We have the Stardom January 3rd show also to cover that day. We have Wrestle Kingdom, Wrestle Dynasty, New Year's Dash, and so much more coming on this network, along with a Chop Talk coming out next week because we'll be at the final indie show of the year this Saturday for RCW. So come check that out. So lots of content coming, and get ready for more, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Big year for Andre Melball.
It is.
So many things happening. So many things we still can't even talk about. So many things. Take us in the outro, my friend.
So, you can find me on the X and Blue Sky at That Canada Guy, TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at That Canada Dude. You can find me on the Facebook at our Facebook page, Andre Melball Wrestling Talk. Oh, and you can find us right here on our YouTube page, youtube.com/at Andre Melball Wrestling Talk. You can also find me over on the A Plus Productions Facebook page, chatting in the chats over there with people over there. And if you want to hear us in audio form, aplusproductions.com. Hit the A Plus Wrestling feed to add us to your wrestling podcast catcher of choice. Please go over there and add that feed, the A Plus Sports feed and the A Plus Entertainment feed, because there's lots of great stuff coming out over there. The mixtapes are over there. We're talking the best matches, the stuff that lives rent-free in your head. Lots of great stuff there. We have We have there's It's Can's podcast, which is one of my favorite entertainment podcasts going over there on the A Plus Rest Entertainment feed, and then you got me and Melball along with all the other great wrestling stuff over there on the A Plus Wrestling feed, and then I know Matt and Boris are talking sports over on the A Plus Sports feed, so go check those out over there, aplusproductions.com. You can also find me on our local establishment. This coming Wednesday, I will be doing the final proper MC Rebound on Marvel Talk, as I will be chit-chatting with my boy Oled, talking one of my favorite Marvel movies, Doctor Strange, some Benedict Cumberbatch, one of the best actors in this world. Looking forward to talking that show there with Ed. So come check that out Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern, and it'll be replaying on the YouTube page. You could also find me on the Japanese Wrestling Update, and then coming up this next Sunday, I'll be there. Point of View, chit chatting with the boys, talking sports. So come hang out. And then this Christmas, over the Christmas holidays, we will be having our Marvel Talks covering the What If series that will be coming out every day over Christmas, over the days around Christmas. They're releasing an episode every day, so we'll be covering that in some form or fashion. There will be something about each episode. And then on Christmas Day, we have a very special edition of the MC Rebound where we will be reviewing, it'll be a pre-tape, reviewing Once Upon a Deadpool, the PG-13 retelling of Deadpool 2 to one adult Fred Savage in a nod to The Princess Bride. And one more shout out to Mike the Ref, youtube.com/@backbreaker video, where he simulcasts all of our stuff. You can find him live playing games and doing AEW watch alongs over on twitch.tv/Mike the Ref. And you see replays of his gaming content at youtube.com/@backbreaker_gaming. Melball, where can they find you?
If you're wanting to follow Melball, you can follow her on the X thing at Collins Melball. You can follow her on everything else: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, and Blue Sky at Melball Collins. You can also find me at our local establishment's programming, Japanese Wrestling Update with this guy, every Friday at 8 p.m. Mountain Time. Unless it's not. And I'm going to let you know on social media. This week will be a pre-recorded episode because we would have been at wrestling if it was interesting, but we're going to dinner instead. So it will be a pre-recorded episode coming to you live at 8 p.m. What else? You can also catch me on Astro. Oh no, wait! On our local establishment still. You can catch me on Monday at 8 p.m. Mountain Time again with Auntie Collins, no relation, and the lovely, talented, natural Astrid Pizarro, where we are reviewing on Women's Classic Wrestling the Mae Young Classic from 2017. Episode 4?
Yeah, because you did 2 episodes last year.
Yeah, 2 and 3 last time. Yeah, so it'll be episode 4 tomorrow. So stay tuned to all socials to get the linkies for that. You can also catch me on Ashley Preserve's YouTube channel where we do our show, Ladies Wrestling Showcase. So stay tuned for our socials when that bad boy is going to be coming out. What else? If you're wanting to watch New Japan Wrestling, we will leave a link in the description box below. It is njpwworld.com. It is 10 American. Shout out Sean Spears. I had to remember what price that was. It's amazing. It's an amazing price to watch some amazing professional wrestling. If you want to check out some of the matches before taking the plunge on a subscription, you can check out all the NJPW World TV title matches, which include Zack Sabre Jr., Matt Riddle, and Jeff Cobb, and much, much more. So go check that out to see all of that. And then get yourself some NJPW because you're going to want to go back and check out all of their vault, all of their stuff. You can go back there and see Jay White when he was still a young lion. How crazy is that?
You can actually go back and watch Hulk Hogan wrestle in Japan.
You can.
80s.
Somebody go find me Dinosaur. Then when you found them, let him know though.
I've been looking, and I cannot even find tale of this person even existing.
You can find videos of him in NJPW Vault coming out of the actually the same time that Jay White was starting his descent, actually going into excursion. So Well, actually, when he first came back as a Switchblade. So around that time period, you'll see some of the old NJPW house shows. You'll see him. You'll find him. When you find him, let him all know. Anyway, yeah, go check that out at njpwworld.com. Andre, my trusted friend and colleague. Do you have anything else to say to the beautiful people? I've interrupted you like 3 times.
I just want to say thank you to all y'all tuning in. If you're tuning in on A Plus Productions, thank you so very much. We really do appreciate it. If you want to hear us in audio form, aplusproductions.com, add the A Plus Wrestling feed to your podcast catcher of choice. And if you are watching on the YouTubes, whether it's Andre Melball Wrestling Talk, whether it's Backbreaker Video, let's go. Thank you so very much for joining us here. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below. Please share us out. Tell your friends, family, and people who wear masks. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can be alerted every time we drop a new video.
Ding dong.
Lucha, lucha.
Brucha, brucha, brucha.
Bruchador, bruchador.
That being said.
I don't know what that means.
That being said, I am your mom. Over there is Andre. We will see you next time. Dios.